And welcome to Angling For You. We're joining me with May at Bobco Tackle. What we're going to do is May's going to go through the parts of the shop, look at all the fantastic tackle they've got on sale, have a little chat about what they have and sort of the things that they can offer. May is just going to start having a little talk to you with the famous pole alley that we have at Bobco. Fantastic range of poles. May's going to just start to have a go really and tell you what we've got.
Hi, yeah, we're up at the pole alley today. We like to try and keep all our brands in groups, so then when you come up you can easily locate the brand that you're after. We also have plenty of staff that can pop up, have a chat with you, find out what you wanted to do with the pole, and then try and find you the right pole for the type of fishing that you want to do. We don't let you just pop up, oh I'll have that one. We like to have a chat with you, able to find you the right pole that you're after. We've got budget poles, we've got mid-range poles, and we've got the top end poles, so we've got a good range here.
I think the main thing is, mate, it's not like that nobody fishes in the shop. Everybody fishes and know what they're talking about. It's not somebody that's completely random. You know, you all fish, you all work with different products, and you all know what you're talking about, which is a massive plus side. I'm not saying that other shops don't, but it just means that when they do sit with you and they are explaining things to you, it's not, you've just got to listen and take their advice into account. It will depend on what suits you, but listen to their advice. And when it comes to elasticating, especially the time of year, the different elastics, especially if you're new to pole fishing, you know, they can sort of give you that great advice.
Yeah, we offer elastication as part of the service that we give you.
Which is great, really, because a lot of people buy poles. I know I bought from big suppliers like this before, and they made me buy all my bushes, all my elastics, everything. That's depending on how many kits you got, another £200, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think another £200 is what I spent at that particular shop. So starting on this side, I've seen you've got obviously some of the not so expensive types on your left, but good for their brand, for their sort of style of fishing. So like your margin stuff there, like the M series, I know they're really decent, and obviously your really Prestons as well. There, so what would you say they're sort of like a get into fishing, a bit more, you know, it's not like your top end.
No, they're not totally top end. We've literally got the different types of brands
for everything. Really, yeah. So what we'll do is we'll scoot a little bit far on and just sort of show you some of, like we said, this sort of early we've got some Mavers and some maps, Preston, all your Garbo poles. You've got some Frenzy poles there and some midi poles, but we'll budge a bit further down and have a look, because obviously you've got the new acrylites and obviously onto the big boys, the airs and things like that. So we'll just flip round and give you a better shot of those.
We've just come to move further down the pole out, and just to have a look at this section of the pole out where we've got some of the classics, that we've got some of the eyewears that we stock, and we also have a lot of the new poles that have come in, the Matrix ones, and we've got plenty of the top end poles such as the Sphere and the Acrylite Pro, which is great because if you're looking at coming and purchasing one of these poles, it's definitely worthwhile popping in, coming down, having a hold of them, comparing them, so then you can have a look at which one suits you, which balance is best for you, and yeah.
Cool. So what we'll do is we'll have a little move on, and we've got the spares and stuff behind, we'll show that, and then we'll start moving on to the next part of the shop. So obviously around this side, like we said before, I've got plenty of spares and bits and bobs. May's just going to give you a little sort of heads up what's around here, but again, as you can see, absolutely tons and tons of gear.
Yeah, when you come up to the pole out, on the back wall we keep all our margin poles, all our whips are just behind here in that section, and we've got a good selection of spares as well, which is on the back wall over there, spare sections, spare top kits, cooking kits. So if we haven't got them in, just come down, speak to one of us, and we can find out if we can get you one.
There's a lot of people, especially like if you've got your I know for your map poles that come in for short kits for F1 fishing, things like that. So pretty much whatever you need or specific items. And if you do like a lot of anglers do, everyone's done it, turn around and step through your top kit. You can come and get another one from here, or like May says, you can get it ordered for you as well, which is great. Right, so we'll move on to the next part. We've got plenty of rods and luggage to show you. We'll sort of run through the match and the course gear first, and then we'll go on to the other sections of your car. Right, so this area is the start of. We'll go around the corner and show you the rest of the gear, but May's just going to give you a little rundown on what sort of hard cases and sort of tackle that you need for carrying all your bits and bobs in.
Yeah, this section we keep mainly all our hard cases because they're all big bulky parts, luggage. We've got all the Mozilla, the Tricast, the Drennan, and if we go further around we see all the Browning and all the other makes that we've got.
I mean these are. I mean you've got like the favourites have been out for a bit, but I mean they're the new Drennan art cases, and
yeah.
I mean you don't see a lot of places with the Marcellas and these are the new Champion range, aren't they? The Prestons.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen them in the shop if I'm honest. And obviously the map jewels, they're the new version of the older ones, aren't they?
Yeah, we like to have all the stuff out on the shop floor so people can actually have a look at stuff and feel it and see.
You shouldn't know it's in a box, do you?
No, exactly.
And that comes back to what we were saying on the pole. Come and have a look, because it might measure your car. So many people I know have done that. Oh yeah, I'll get that. That's amazing. But then they can't fit it in the car, so they end up either selling it or trying to take it back.
Yeah.
I know it sounds stupid, but I've got a Mini, so. You know, I have to measure everything that I have to put in my car. So we'll take you around the corner and we'll have a look at the next. Right guys, so this obviously shows you down the line. Mate's just going to have a little go, and what I'll do is, once she's had a little talk about this, I'll nip off camera and walk down with her while she's showing you the rest of it. But try not to show you the left-hand side until after, because it's a fisherman's dream basically to your left-hand side of about 1,000 rods that are out. So what we'll do is, if May just wants to talk about these, I'll step back and then follow May down the line, really.
Yeah, down here we've got all our hold alls. We like to have them all, again, all out of boxes, hung up so you can have a good look at them, proper look at them. To the side as well, you'll see that we hang all our carry-alls as well, all out. So again, pop down, have a look at them, see whether it's what you want in, what you're looking for.
So I mean there really is everything that you possibly need, isn't there, down here?
Absolutely. And again, if it isn't up here what you're after, come down, find one of us and we will help and make sure that we can try and find what you want.
I mean, I'm a bit of a reef jockey, and to be honest, I find there's not many places online that you can get the stuff, and I had to get mine from Nathan's Angling, but it's, it's nice to see that you've got these in now, so obviously that's local to me and it's easy and actually better price. So like May said, you've got all the hold alls and net bags, all that kind of stuff down here, and if you are like pretty much 98% of the fishing community, a little bit of a tart, and you want to have everything matching, then you certainly can do that here, can't you? I mean,
absolutely, yeah, we can.
There really is everything. What we'll do now is we'll switch over to the next bit, which is going to be the rods. I'm sure you got a little naughty glimpse of them when we were coming down, and we'll set up the camera and sort of run through what kinds of styles we've got there. Right, so May's stood in front of, which is pretty much an angler's dream, of thousands of different varieties, brands and different styles. So what May's going to do is pick up a few examples of a few different types of rods, and then we'll finish with the sort of barbels, rods and other bits at the end, and we'll just follow her down. So May, if take it away, if you...
Right, top end, I'll start with all just the brands. We've got the Tricast, Trilogy rods, we've got the Excellence, we've got wands as well, the shorter ones. We've got the Beastmasters, again we've got the little ones, which are great. With each of the brands we've got all the different, we've got floats, feeders, the lot.
And lengths as well, aren't you?
Yeah, different lengths, 8, 7 foot, we've got 13, 15 foot, some of the brown.
Because those little ones are great, aren't they? You see a lot of people using 12-foot rods on a little tiny stretch of river, a stretch of canal type lake where that's where them 8-footers come in great, don't they? Short chucks.
We've got big distance feeder hookers as well, which we've got the matrix ones here. Maver, all the Maver range here. Map. Dablino, Frenzy.
I was saying, really, I've got everything, and the Torres are down here as well. If you've anybody that's got more money than sense. The Anchorbank's my favourites. I've just been discussing with me.
All the Browning ticklers.
Yeah, because I mean, they're absolutely brand new Spheres, aren't they? The rods.
Yeah.
You don't see them hardly anywhere.
We've got the new commercial Kings in. They were just in yesterday, so yeah. We've got all the Drennans, float rods, and everything down here.
Yeah, all the new Acurolites. So people know Lindome have gone over to Drennan. So there's a lot of people out there looking for Drennan gear. We've even got some of the bigger barbel style rods at the end, haven't we?
Yes. Yeah.
Which are massive as well, aren't they?
Yeah, we've literally got the boat rods. We've got a couple of boat rods as well.
Which is good, really, because we're not in any way near the sea.
No.
in reality, but you still are catering for people that probably go away weekends or on holidays that want to do the boat fishing or even the beach casting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which is good that you've got that, and obviously you do it online as well, so it can be delivered. So that's great. So what we're going to do now is go to somewhere that not all the match guys go to, but I know I'll get shot if I don't show you the carp bits before we go back downstairs and see the baits. So we'll spin up to the carp stuff and show you, but don't shoot us because we're not carp experts. Right, so you join us in pretty much another world. Like we say, we're both not experts here, so we're just going to show you stuff. Tell you to the best of what we know, but like I say, there's nothing in here that if you can't fish that you don't need. There's absolutely everything. So
you'll see this corner. We keep all the sleeping bags, all the bedding, all the beds in this corner. You'll see behind me that we've got the bivvies, and we have a lot of bivvies set up, and a lot of beds set up, all the luggage out, just so that again you can see what it's like. Feel it, have a look, see if it's what you're after.
I mean, it's just simple little detail, isn't it? Like behind you here, you've got this little table set up with some spods. Just, you're showing that you actually care about what people are using. They can, like you say, they can pick it up, they can feel it, and it's just about sort of giving that product feel, isn't it?
Yeah.
Rather than just seeing it on a picture online. But like you say, so you've got everything here. You've got the proper. Full-on waterproofs down here, insulated, ready for your sleeping, and your camo as you'd expect. And again, loads more here, body warmers, all that kind of stuff.
Unlucky mats, nets.
Yeah, I mean nets. You could get a shark in them nets, I think. To be fair, I see people coarse fishing with them things. £3 carp in them. So yeah, like we said, more tents. More camo gear, more rod holders, like reels holders, everything. Basically, pretty much anything you can camo with, there's in this area, isn't there?
Absolutely.
And so we've got your spod boxes there as well. And then we've got bank sticks on this side. Like I say, I've never actually been up here, but it's amazing. There's absolutely everything.
Spodding, spods, clothing, all far side.
Yeah, it's great, and you've even got your catties, and here we've got obviously the Polaroids. Yeah, and down here these are for, I believe, don't hold me to it, but I think these are for boilers, aren't they, where you throw them long distances,
yeah.
Sort of roll them in and throw them. And they've got loads of different, you've even got taller tripods, haven't you? So
yeah.
if you wanted them, they probably even work for a river, really, won't they? Yeah. Flip-flops, essential camo.
Again, here we've got all, like we have on the course over there, we've got all the carp rods out.
Yeah, I mean, the proper gear, aren't there? That you've got everything to suit, and again you've got that pick it up and try it scenario, haven't you? And on this side, obviously, the good thing is that you've got all the lines, the mono, the braid, all this is separate to all the gear that we're going to show you downstairs. So if you are Carp, you don't have to waste all your time really downstairs, do you? You can just come straight up to your own sort of world, really, isn't it?
Got all the alarms here, reels, they're all out.
Tons of reels down this wall as well, and lots of little lead clips and your bits and bobs that you're going to use as terminal tackle that, like I say, are all separated from downstairs, so you can just come up to this Carp bit and get everything. And really, if you can't, if the gear isn't here, I don't even imagine that there'd be anything else you could buy that's not in this place.
Again, if you can't find it, come down, find someone, and we'll see if we can get it ordered in for you.
I've even noticed that you've got the sort of the smart nav fishing bits and bobs as well there, the sonar stuff. And yeah, it's all your lighting and things like that for when it's inevitably dark on your 24-hour sessions. Or it never ends, this section, I think. So, absolutely tons of lads there, yeah. And again, you've got all your slings, haven't you, down this side?
Down this side, so.
And I did see around the other section when we were whizzing round, there were also the safe nets, the safe sort of floating beds and stuff. So if you're unhooking really big fish in the water or any other fish that you're on the bank, you can use those safe ones, can't you? The sort of padded ones. So that's the upstairs. Believe it or not, all that was just upstairs. So we're going to drop down, I think, probably to the bait sections, but what a lot of people want to see, and we'll start around there and we'll meet you there. Right, so mate, we're down at the bait. May's just going to have a little chat to you about their own brand kind of stuff.
When you pop in, you come down straight past the bait bar, you'll come and find our Simply stand where we've got pretty much a good range of bait. We've got all the carp, we've got bits for carping, bits for barbelling, garland pellets, we've got a good selection of pellets for coarse fishing as well. As you can see, we've got a few gaps, but that's just because it's such a popular bait that people pop in and get.
We do a perfect size, like you've got that 3 for $5 on it, allows you to try different ones as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because it's not just pellets that you've got on here, is it, either? You know, there's everything on that deal.
Brown, we've got chrome, we've got hem expanders, method mix, we've got additives, we've got red halibut, boilies, boilie chop, floaters, everything.
Well, let's have a look at the other bits you've got around the corner.
And here we're just down at our barbel corner. We've got bits and pieces for you barbel anglers out there.
It's nice to just have a specific area, because they use a lot of coarse fish stuff, but these are like specific barbel, which you don't really see often actually. Spotty fin, I know they're making, there's a few anglers that now are sponsored by them, aren't there?
Yeah, doing well. Got a ringers section here.
Classics, everybody like.
Absolutely.
And this one's the mecca, really, isn't it?
Absolutely. All our Sony baits down this wall.
Don't know many anglers that don't know about the Sono Baits gear, and literally everything, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sad to see that Maruko are now going out, but like you say, you've still got plenty of stock to sell. So if you are looking after for Maruko stuff, even though they are going back overseas, there's still a lot of gear here.
Sensors over here, ground baits, additives, sprays, bait tech.
Have you ever used the dyes? The dyes are insane. Those do you use them for maggots in winter? They are amazing. Such a clever little thing in winter they are.
Here we've got all our dynamite baits, pre-done pellets, soaks, additives.
And as you can see, quite popular as well. Absolutely hammered.
Here we've got our spotted fin.
Yeah, and it's a lovely section of stuff as well there, isn't there?
Yeah, we like to try and keep everything in sections and brands. We've got a Browning gear here, and we've got our Van der Nine stuff.
It's nice to see that the Van der Nine stuff's still there.
Yeah,
I remember
still
that from
going strong.
being a kid.
And tins of corn, meat, that's going well. The mainline meat, fantastic.
Loads of different types of hemp as well, which is always a bonus.
Now we're going on sort of the boiling end of the baits. We've got again spotted fin. We've got some of the lunch baits as well. Got a good selection of lunch baits.
So it's just not just your big seller, your sort of big names, is it? You do work with these smaller companies or up and coming companies to stock their gear, which is really good.
Yeah, dynamite baits, good selection here.
Loads of mainline gear.
Absolutely.
Such an attractive product as well, anyway you look. But yeah, really good stuff there. A lot of sort of the maggots and bits and bobs in the freezer, deads, if you want them already done up. A lot of fridges and freezer stuff here for your boilies.
Sticky, cellar, and we've got our Nash as well.
So still keeping the classic bits here, but working with these new companies as well. Like I say, plenty of sticky and pop-ups here, so pretty much if you can't find bait here, there's something severely wrong. We'll go and talk to the nicest man in the shop in a minute.
Absolutely, yeah.
Around the bait area, and we'll show you that.
Here we've got a bait bar here where you can get all your live baits. We've got maggots, we've got pinky, haven't we, Bert?
Yes.
Hello, Bert.
Casters.
Casters, we've got casters. Round the corner we've got worms, haven't we? Selection of worms.
If you sort of having, say like you've got a few match lads coming in, and can they pre-order stuff
You
and
can
bits?
pre-order, yeah. Give us a bell and Bert will pop you down in his bait.
You also do round here, but you do putting the slots and the drilling of the kits and stuff round here.
Do all the repairs, new eyes.
So that's Bert does them all around this side as well, on benches behind him. So that's a real good thing. We discussed it upstairs, but to put the top kits in for you, they'll elasticate. They'll put side. They've done all my side slots. Yeah. Really decent job. So if you don't fancy drilling a 10mm hole inside of your thing, Bert's steady. Bert's steady hands.
Yeah.
So May's just holding on to some of the beach caster rods that we've got here. We've got plenty of absolutely huge. I'll try and run up to the top. These really big beach casters, so any of you guys sort of on the coasts or that go to the coast, obviously long distance fishing, they're great. And
some boat rods as well, fishing off the boats, good selection.
I mean, like you say, we're not next to the sea, but you can get these all online. If you go away summers or you go fishing to you braid your filers, your whitbies, all that kind of stuff, it's got you covered here. You don't have to just pick stuff off over there. You can come and have a look over here as well, and good prices as well. I mean, they're £50 some of these reels here. It's really good price for some, because a lot of people that do it, if they live here, they're not going to go often, so you'd have to spend a load of money, do you, as well, to get your own gear. Because if anybody's been on a cobble and rented gear, not the best kind of stuff that you get hold of. So just spending £100 to get it set up, if you're going to do it every year, would be a really good idea.
Yeah, just we've got all our sea lines, hooks, swivels, this wall.
And you're all weather clothes, because you do need that if you go even in summer out onto the sea. Believe me.
And again, just some more reels, multi-pliers, sea multi-pliers.
Yeah, and you got your spinners and all that kind of stuff as well.
Sea leads as well.
Yeah, different game. So what we're doing from there is, again, we know Master on fly fishing, but they have obviously got a lot of fly fishing stuff in here as well. So May's just going to run you a spin round. Like we say, we're not pros on fly fishing gear, but if
rods in the middles, again, great. You can pop down, have a look at them, have a feel. Again, wall, all our fly lines, flies. Pretty
Got,
much.
you've even got all the bits to make your own flies here as well,
Yeah.
the glues, the nylons and everything, the feathers, basically to make all your own flies up, and your waders. All waders on that wall up there. You've got dead baits in there as well. Notice obviously you can use that as your piking gear, piking stuff. Coming on to your predator bits on now. This is just something me and May have been talking about, drop shotting and things like that. It's a big thing this time of year. Having a little sort of walk down the rivers or the canals. Plenty of gear around here, mate.
Absolutely, we've got them in brands. We've got a Savage gear here, gun key. Again, if you can't find the item that you need, just come give us a shout. Fox. All our braid is on this wall line.
You tend to have braid because you don't want stretch when you're
No.
twitching lures in there. You want a tight braid on there so you can feel everything. It's just simple things like that though that people like me can tell you. A lot of people don't know how to set one up, and if you're fishing mono, as you know, it's got stretch in it, and you need to be feeling that what that lure's doing, otherwise you won't be able to feel your bites. So just come and talk to these guys if you've something you want to do. They'll talk you through that setup.
We've got piking gear around here as well. As you saw earlier, we've got dead baits in the freezer over there. So yeah. Drop shot in, lighter gear here.
Yeah, it looks real good fun. It's something I want to definitely have a look at this year. Is that?
And like upstairs, and with the sea section of the carp section, we've got all our spinning, the rods down here.
A ton of rods down this way as well, isn't there? But like you say before, you've got them all sectioned out, so you don't have to look through all those upstairs to try and find them. They're all in their own area. Talk to us a little about your reels. You've got plenty of reels at this side as well.
Yeah, we've got all our reels. We like to have them all out, so again, you can pick them up, have a feel of them, have a look at them.
It's a clever idea on a little piece of wood, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it just gives you that little feel of it being on a rod.
Yeah.
And like you say, it's double-sided as well, this thing, and they've always got sort of little deals on like that to get line and things with. And I dare say if they didn't know how to load it, you'd load them for you.
Absolutely, we do that for you. All you have to do is ask. We'll do it.
Believe it or not, that's a common thing that I get asked on the channel, how to load it properly, because people get blooms and everything for not putting it on tight enough, and these guys will do that for you, not a
We'll
problem.
do it for you. We'll show you how to do it as well, so you know how to do your next reel.
Right, mate. So May stood next to the wall of keep nets. Just gonna have a little talk through this and landing nets for you.
Again, if you pop down, we like to have them all on the wall for you, so you can have a look at them, pull them down, have a look at them. And then we have different brands. We've got like price brackets, cheaper brands. We've got packages where you get slightly more higher in the market.
But like we say, you can when it comes to keep nets, really, a net's a net, isn't it? And as long as you're a bit more price back, it'll be a bit stronger sections when you're pulling fish out. So if you are on a venue that you're going to catch a lot of fish, it tends to put a little bit more money in for strength wise. But I don't know about you, mate, but this is one thing that I always tell everybody when it comes to landing net handles. If you're going to spend some money in your gear, buy a good landing net handle.
Absolutely.
So many people have too short or too heavy when you're scooping fish. I have got an acrylite one, and they aren't cheap, but that's where I put my money every time.
Yeah, again, we've got down here. We've got different brands, but we've got different range. We've got budget ones. And again, we like to have our products out where you can get them out, have a look at them.
Excuse me. Well, I'll follow you upstairs.
Bit of live documentary there with people coming through. We'll keep it rolling.
Budget ones where you can get a landing net with it and all.
Yeah, I mean, if you you're just going.
Starting off.
Yeah, starting off, then fair enough.
Yeah, landing net edge. Try and keep them in brands, but.
And you really have got every type, haven't you? Like.
Yeah.
I mean, F1 fishing, there's all these sort of smaller nets and things like that, and then you've got the sort of rubber nets, the microfiber nets, different sizes for different venues, different fish. But again, that can all be explained to you when you come over. If you sort of tell the staff what size fish you're looking at catching, they can advise you what nets that you would need.
Yeah, just pop in, tell us what you plan on doing, which venue you're after, and we'll point you in the right direction.
And they've even got the new Preston ones. They're nice, aren't they? Those little.
Yeah.
I like those. So these.
Nets here for with the built-in handles.
They're like a little river fly fishing kind of trouting nets, aren't they? Or grayling nets, which is pretty cool. You don't see those very often.
If you pop into the store, we do get a few phone calls saying, "Oh, do you accept taking second-hand gear?" And I always say, "Yeah, pop in, use my ID, and one of the lads will have a look at it, check it over, and then you can either get store credit for it, or we'll pay you for it. And once it's been checked over, it's popped down in this first aisle, where you see all the rods."
It's like the bargain corner of IKEA, isn't it?
Yeah.
But there's quite a lot of gear in this corner, and it's not like you say, because you look over it, it's not shabby stuff, is it?
No. Yeah. Some rollers sent in, so we've got second-hand boxes all dotted around the shop as well.
There's some down there, yeah. And then we're on to the pole stuff.
Yes. So this first bay is like all your pole bits and pieces that you need. Like when you pop in and you need your pole elasticating, we'll just pop down here, come with you, we'll speak with you, see what you're after, if you're wanting internal, external bushes, what sort of connectors you're wanting, what sort of side pullers, if you want side pullers. Yeah,
so it really is a lot. Like you say, if you want to do it yourself, then fair enough. The team here will do it for you. But obviously, if I'll just step back a little bit, you can see that they've got all sorts of elastics and bits and lubes for the elastics, and puller bungs of all various sizes. They've even got the bigger ones if you want to sort of. You're doing silly kits where you're doing it from your number 4 and stuff like that, for down the edge fishing, and obviously behind us we've got all the catapults as well. Plenty of choice there, and there's obviously, if you want specific carping ones, we saw them upstairs, didn't we?
Yeah, they're upstairs.
So they're upstairs. So I think next we're going to go to the boxes and still have a look at the accessories there, and we'll meet you there. Right, so we just nipped on the terminal tackle, not the boxes yet, as there's somebody doing a strip on there, so we're going to come back to that.
Right, second bay we have got all our hooks, hook lengths, Guru ones, very popular, Brennan ones, very, very popular.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Pretty much. Pattern.
And there really, like you said, there really is everything here. If you want to make your own hook links, and obviously we're going to nip onto the next part and show you the lines and bits to do that with. But like May says, if there's not an hook here that you need, then you're looking at wrong shop, wrong. So
if you look behind you, we've got all the hook storage, hook length boxes.
Yeah, these are great. Really, pretty much if you're going to tie hook links nowadays, you've got to have these, in at least one version of these with you.
Line aisle. all different types of lines. We've got classic lines that have been out for a few years, but good bit of kit, so we sell it well.
I mean, I use that reflow part. I've been using it 10 years, and
Yeah.
I still use it.
Yeah.
And the classic Maxima there.
Yeah, classic Mac. Brilliant seller.
But you've also got around here, like you've got stood behind you, and I'll just show down the Torre, and you've got a lot of bait bags as well, haven't you, around this area?
Full bags in this area as well. See them all.
There's loads there, the air luggage. I've had them at some point. Loads of bits there.
Down here you'll see all the bait buckets, swivels, shops, connectors, feeder connectors.
Got literally every type of make of bait bucket as well, there, isn't there?
Yeah.
And I saw that you've even got the smaller Sono bait ones as well, haven't you? The sort of 4-pinter ones, which are pretty cool. Loads of feeders. Just explain these tag system that you've got on
the
here.
tag system. Basically, you want one feeder, you take one tag off. If you want more than one feeder, say if you want 5, you've got to take 5 tags. If there ain't no tags on there, then that means we're out of stock, unfortunately. But just ask at the till, because we may still have a few dotted about.
Because I have seen people genuinely try and take the feeders off the wall.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that. Sorry.
It does make sense that the tags are there, but we thought we'd just mention it to you because they are still special people out there. So you have also got the modern feeders as well, as well as the old school ones, and plenty of the big river feeders on there, and additional leading I'm assuming you've got as well?
Yes, yeah, we've got.
Right, I've seen it when we've walked around, and there's also, I'll just quickly turn around, there's also a Matrix stand there as well.
There's an idiot and Browning behind there as well.
Which we'll have a look when we go onto the accessory side, which we're going to try and go if this guy stops stripping himself down, and see if we can find that as well.
We're in the middle of the shop now, where we've got our seat boxes and chairs. You'll see that we've got the lighter chairs that you can fold up in your bag, say like ideal for if you're going drop shopping or when you're travelling a touch lighter. Seat boxes, we've got different brands. If you can't find it, ask us again and we will find out if we can order it in for you. The great thing about coming down here is you can get them off the shelf, put them on the floor, have a good look at it, look at the drawer system, the legs.
Yeah, it's a super advantage in it really, because there's people that might want they want lighter boxes, and if they've got silly amount of money they can get the carbon one on the end. But it's a little bit like a pole, isn't it, a box?
Yeah.
You just sort of got to work for you, things have got to be in the right place for you. And that's why it's so good too. And they come with different packages as well. You've got with them, haven't you, as well?
Yes, we do. Yeah, some come with the already with
the bottom part, the shuttle bits. But the good thing is you can explain how things interchange, because not everybody knows these new systems, do they? And you can explain how they don't have to stay at the height that you want them at. They can move round. You can swap things round to your carry bit. We'll have a little sneak round the other side, because there's some round to the left. There's some others. Just give a quick little panning shot of all the Sensus ones as well. And we'll go around. Plenty of brollies as well while we're on the way around, if you want a brolly.
Garblino, you've got Reeves, the new Garblino box.
Yeah, it's a nice piece of kit, isn't it? And so going on to this, in regards to, so we see, obviously you see sort of $5.50, that's not really a massive expensive price for a box nowadays, but and it goes into the pole as well. You can actually get finance through yourselves, can't you? So if you're going into fishing and it is expensive, if you do want to get certain gear, they can do finance through you, can't you? I mean, do you know the process? Sort of do a vetting process, I assume.
We do it at the till. One of the chaps runs through all the details with you, and they give you the options, how many years you need to.
So sometimes if you'd rather do it over, it's just like buying a car really, and equivalent if you're paying top gear, it can cost as much as a car, can't it, quite easily. Looking on the other side, mate.
Yeah, just down this wall we've got all our EVA systems, a couple of the riddles here.
But all the stuff on the bottom, they're quite interesting as well to bulk buy, aren't they?
Yes, if you go, say like if you're going to Ireland, it's ideal getting a big sack of chrome, or if you're going away somewhere fishing for all the day, you can get a big bag of coppers.
Saves you money, doesn't it, at the end of the day? Right, so what we're going to do, look at the accessories part, because we've got a couple on the end of this this row, haven't you?
Yeah, they're dotted around a few. We've got some of the ground bait loops, bait trolleys, sorry, here. Some of them made from frenzy.
And the good thing is, I would say, and I'm sure you'll agree, is have a look at and know the diameter of your leg before you come. And these inserts, especially for Preston stuff, but it helps the guys in the shop to put you on the right product, and then you don't go home disappointed that it won't fit. Especially if you've got a 36mm leg, there's a lot of products that won't fit that unless you know what they are. Then it just saves a lot of to-in and fro-in.
You'll see dotted around as well. We've got a lot of side trays that are available. We try and have them dotted around. We always have one outlet box just so you can have a look at it, see if it's what you're after.
We were just discussing the venties, so if that's something that you want, you really do need to get in touch with the shop, because everywhere in the country is struggling with these new Preston venti trays. They're really popular. I was lucky, dropped on when they just sort of arrived in the shop to get one, but if you do want one of those, probably a good idea to ring up before you set off, I'd say. And that's everywhere, that's not just here. They are difficult.
Yeah, we've got accessories here, rolly arms, reeve section over here if you're specifically looking for reeve. If you can't find it, again, give us a call, find one of us and we will come and route round with you, or we will have a look on our system and see if we can.
It's quite a popular thing, isn't it? I know myself, having a reeve box, they're not cheap things to keep, but if you need extra parts, it's a good idea to come and have a look and see what they've got before you start paying 80 quid for stuff. But you have got their accessories as well, which is good. You don't see that in a lot of shops either. I use the off box, the Preston ones, and they fit great, but you've got the extra legs as well here, haven't you? I'll spin it round, because there's the rollers as well this side, isn't there?
Yeah.
And the tripods.
Right, again, V-rollers, small flat rollers, larger flat rollers, budget rollers, where you're not having to spend a lot of money. And again, we've got the bigger rollers, pole roosts.
It does go into when we were discussing it earlier on together about people getting into fishing. If you're going to get a pole, you need a roller. It just makes sense to look after your gear, because if you're just joining it, no doubt you're going to get another pole in the future. If you want to sell your other one, you scraped it along the bank with no roller, it's not going to be as worth as much. I actually got the Maver one at the end, because that's on a great deal at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or it was when I were in. But you encourage people to get them out as well, don't you? Which is really good. And that's the thing, because a lot of places you see them, but they're either too high or not accessible, or people don't want you getting them out. But you need to know, don't you, if you're fishing. Well, on end, what we got here on the end of this?
We've got whips. Selection of different whips. Budget whips. We've got some. We've got more whips upstairs, which we showed you on the clip. But yeah, we've got these are sort of like starter whips down here. Yeah,
which again they can come to you guys. You can explain how to use them. Good for learning small fish, rivers, canals. It's the good gateway thing to get into pole fishing. So these guys will spend the time with you, putting that right for you. Should we say clothing probably next? Yeah. Right, we'll go and meet you there.
Right, yeah, we're here at the front of the shop, and we're going to show you that we we have a good selection of clothing. We've got light coats, fleeces, jumpers, t-shirts, polo shirts, bib and braces. We've got some good winter wear as well in here. So yeah, I'll just go around and I'll show you bits.
So like all your pressing gear together, you've even got your shorts as well for the summer now. Absolutely making everything now out there.
Guru, spotted fin. Fox range, all our drenning gear.
And there's lots of drenning gear as well, isn't there? So you know you've got your normal tracky bottoms and your hoodies, all that kind of stuff. What we'll do is we'll nip round the other side and have a look, and then we'll come back to the sort of bib and braces that are around that side. Body warmers down this side, a lot of eyewear, active gear there. Browning, lovely new Browning gear, that isn't it?
Absolutely.
Really nice, good stuff.
Good selection of hats.
Everyone needs a good hat. Matrix as well, the new colours of the Matrix that they've got now.
Mavers, sensors gear.
More down bib and braces. I'll just, while we're going past, if you are old school and you've got your thingers as well, there's a lot of your tops for your poles or your butts of your rods. Just sort of mention those when we go past. So again, you've got like lots of different hoodies, because they're not just when you go fishing, really, are they? You know, a lot of people just wear them out, the hoodies as well. It's because it's not just the comfy gear, aren't they? You can spend 30-40 quid on it.
Yeah.
I wear mine sometimes. You know.
A lot of them are quite smart as well, actually.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it?
Gears that's come out, pretty smart.
And you got plenty here with sunglasses as well.
Absolutely, costers, yeah.
Absolutely tons. So obviously they're under lock and key, but you know, get up one of the guys, I'm sure they'll let you come and try them on. There's absolutely tons of different types there, so loads of different bits and bobs for sunglasses.
If you need a pair with prescriptions in, just pop in with your prescription and we can send away for them.
That's quite a unique thing as well. There's not a lot of people offer that kind of thing. I didn't even know that because I've got prescription for mine, which is pretty cool. So yeah, all your winter stuff really now coming into that time of year. Plenty of hats as well. Come back down to this Drennan gear, because I know a lot of you boys, including myself, love the Drennan have bib and braces.
Yeah, we've got quite a good selection of bib and braces. And the great thing about Drennan, they do small sizes as well, which a lot of places don't.
Yeah, I have that trouble.
Yeah.
It's in height. Round and small. That's. But as we saw from that guy around the corner, you also have some of them out for him to try on.
Yeah.
Which is good, because when you buy them online, I know people do it in the past, that if you're tall or if you've got a podge or whatever, it might not always fit. So it's good to come and get them tried on.
Try them on, yeah.
Especially when you're spending 140 quid on them, which they're worth every penny of, but you definitely want to try them on first. What I'll do is try and let May through and spin round, because I've got a lot of boots there as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
And these are definitely coming into this time of year now.
This time of year you definitely want good footwear on when you're out. Pop down. If you can't find the style that you want, we do have some of them in the Predator section as well, so again, just ask us.
Because I mean, people tend to get all the gear around them, but they do generally forget the how cold when you sat still.
Absolutely.
And it really is probably that, and a hat is the number one, isn't it, really? Again, some more hats there, the ones with the sort of cap on if it's that winter sun, it blinds you. What we'll do is we'll just nip to, I think we've seen most of the main shop now, we'll just nip to the front part where you walk in and just show you what they have when you walk through the door, and then we'll do a little bit of a sign off. I'll see you soon.
We're in the entrance of Bobco. When you walk in, you'll see that we've got some key bits of tackle set up. We've got all the trolleys set up on this far wall. We've also got one of our belly boats set up for you to have a good look at as well.
It's pretty unusual, isn't it? You don't normally see those.
No, but we do stock them. So if it isn't in the shop and you're wanting something, then just ask.
Right, so May's just going to go quickly about their reward system. That's a really good thing to be when you're at Bobco.
Yeah, when you pop in, just ask. We've got some forms behind the desk. You can get one of our loyalty cards. It's for every £1 that you spend, we put 5p on your card for you. You can spend your points when you're just doing everyday shopping, or you can just keep adding them up and then purchase a bigger item.
And they come out on a little readout as well, don't they? So
yeah,
you know.
Yeah, on the bottom of your receipt, it always tells you, updates you how much you've got on your card as well.
Cool. Right, so really big thanks to May and obviously Bobco for letting us come round. Obviously it's great to see these tackle shops and being on my doorstep. It's good to support them as well. They've got a lot of stuff online, so check them out. We'll put all the links to the address, to the website, all in the description below, so check that out. Yeah, like I say, feel free to come to anybody. They're all super knowledgeable, they all fish, they're all know the shop inside out, so they can point you in the right direction. Don't be afraid to ask them any questions, and thanks a lot for watching, guys. Like and subscribe as always. Join us on the Facebook group at Angling For You and the Instagram at Angling_for_you, and share this with your friends. Come down and visit everybody at Bobco. Thanks a lot. Tail lines.